today on Divorce Court.
Anthony got laid off about a year ago and now felt like he needs to do acting.
This is my career, and it comes first.
Anthony and my sex life has dwindled. He's in his homemade studio trying to act. The more videos he does, the less sex I get. I can't continue to take care of a grown man who's aspiring to be an actor.
All I need is a little more time. She's got to trust me.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Karen Ford and Anthony Bennett. Joe, are you ready?
That's it.
They've been together for 20 years, engaged for 15. Ms. Ford, I'm gonna start with you. Tell me a little bit about your relationship, how you got together, and how we got here. Start with how you got together.
Anthony used to live across the street from me. He's older than I am, obviously.
That was cold, but go ahead.
He used to live across the street, and he went away to the Air Force, and I got grown, had kids. He went off, came back, and I actually saw him at a state fair, and I saw him from the back, and I was kind of looking, and I was like, that looks like Anthony. And I finally came around to the food court and saw that it was him, so I had to make an excuse to go talk to him and get his number, and so it took me about 3 weeks, but we finally started talking on the phone.
So, Mr. Bennett, I take it that's pretty accurate.
Well, the fact that she told me that her brother was the one looking for my number, she got most of the story right.
Right,
But,
yeah,
she
yeah.
kept the number for herself. I never heard from her brother, so.
Okay, all right. So, Ms. Ford, tell me why you're here today, other than the fact that you've been engaged for 15 years and still can't get married.
The reason that Anthony and I are here today is because we have been together for 20 years and we've been engaged for 15. But in the last year, he decided to kind of throw a monkey wrench in our life plans. He decided, well, he got laid off from his job a year ago, and he decided he wanted to be an actor instead of getting another job. Well, a year later, this is where we are because I work very hard. I'm in engineering, and it took me a lot to get where I am. And so to have to sit and take care of a grown man,
It wasn't in your game plan.
that wasn't in the game plan. We were supposed to buy a house at the end of the year, and now we can't do that because I'm the breadwinner, and he's just kind of getting his acting on.
Mr. Bennett, tell me about your career change.
Well, she said I got laid off. I considered I got fired. I mean, I was part of a production team on for a prominent financial institution, and the team that I was working with basically dropped the ball on a large show, and the company came through and basically told us all to get out. So
Right.
They wanted to go with new faces. You know, after I got fired, I had 6 months basically to decide what I wanted to do with my life. So I got into production on a TV, independent film crew.
Okay.
As a sound guy, and basically from that point on, I saw that the actor they brought in on one of the movies we were doing was basically trash. He wasn't any good, so.
You could do better.
I thought I could do better.
Right,
So,
right.
you know, so I basically went home and, you know, built my studio and
Built a
started creating-
studio?
Yeah, I created a
Out of
studio,
my
started making
living room.
videos and creating characters and working on my acting skills. So basically, you know.
That's what you're doing now.
That's what I'm doing now.
That's what you're doing now.
That's what I'm doing now.
Now, Mr. Bennett, I'm gonna work for you for a
Okay,
couple seconds here.
okay.
All right?
Yeah.
You've been together 20 years.
Yes,
He's been working the whole time.
yes.
Had a hiccup in the employment situation, and he's shooting for a bit of a dream. Can't you see letting him do that for a little while to see if he can get where he's going?
Yeah, a little while has been a year. Like, I mean, I support him. I truly do. I support him in everything that he does. But I'm working extra hard to pay bills.
And he's not contributing. Now, Mr.
Not
Bennett, let me
much.
ask you this: is this a 24/7 gig? I mean, even though you got your studio in your own house, so you can work at night.
Yeah.
You could go out during the day
Yeah.
and at least get a part-time job. Why isn't that on the table, or is it?
It's not, Your Honor. You know what? I really don't want to go back to working because I love what I'm doing, and you love what you're doing, you're not really working.
And you're not really working because you're not getting paid.
Exactly. It's okay.
I mean, it's the getting paid. I mean, you can still enjoy what you're doing and then get paid doing something else on the side. Why is that off the table?
Exactly.
Well, I need to be able to have the freedom to be able to go to these auditions. You know, if I go to a job and they're not going to let me go, you know, do an audition for a movie or, you know, a commercial. Or
How many
anything like
auditions do you get in any given month?
I get a lot. I actually have, I've done about 15 or so in the last year. So I'm maybe a little more than one a month.
One a month?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't find a job where you could manage to work and have the time once a month to go, like, take a personal day and go do that. You
Well,
can't figure
again,
that
Your
out.
Honor, like I said, that would be more like going back to a job, and I really want to do what I want to do, which is not like a job. It's,
Right.
I want to do what I'm doing because I enjoy what I'm doing.
Tell me something else.
Well, these so-called auditions and shows that he's been in, they don't pay a lot. So it was this one instance where he's telling me he got this big gig, and I'm thinking, okay, you know, bills are due next week, and I'm thinking, you know, this is gonna be a, you know, pretty big payout, and it'll help with the bills. And this was probably like a 10-hour day for him.
More like 12.
Okay, 12 hours, even worse.
It was long.
He came home with $70, $65 as a matter of fact. And so I'm looking at where's the rest of it, because you've been gone for 12 hours.
I mean, Your Honor, can I say?
Please.
I mean, when I went to this audition, I really had the expectation that if I was going to be on set all day, that I was going to bring home a check with a couple of more zeros behind it. Yeah. You know, it was for a prominent TV show, so you know, you think that when you get into acting, the money's going to start rolling in. I didn't know it was going to be, you know. I knew it was going to be like that, you know.
Guess should have did that research for you decided.
Yeah, I got you.
They
well,
basically gave me what
Ms.
they
Ford,
found in the couch.
I understand that your sex life has taken the brunt of his failure to work, and I'm going to need you to tell me about that.
I've worked very hard all my life.
Right.
I supported 3 kids by myself, went to school, worked 2 full-time jobs while going to school. But right now, I'm overworked,
Right.
undersexed, and overwhelmed. And I need some help.
Ms. Ford, you said you're no longer sexually attracted to him because he's just not the guy you originally met. Why don't you tell me what you mean?
It's not that I'm not sexually attracted to him, but it's just with everything that he's doing, he spends more time playing with his toys in his studio than playing with me.
Oh, she plays with her toys also. You know.
Exactly. So when I need to talk,
Right.
and he don't want to talk to me, then I reach over and get Bob, and me and Bob work it out.
Bob is?
My battery-operated boyfriend. It's better than cheating on him. It's better than cheating on him.
Mr. Bennett, do you feel that you've been taken over by a household appliance?
Somewhat. Okay, so we had this one instance where I was working in the studio and she said that we needed to talk. That's our word for we needed to have a conversation in the bedroom. So we needed to talk, and I told her, I said, well, I'm working on this video. Let me finish this up, you know, and I'll be in there.
talk later.
Yeah, we'll talk in a minute. I just need to finish this video. So I'm really not aware that it took that long, but I guess by the time I finished, you know, I went in the room and it sounded like somebody was stirring mashed potatoes with an electric spoon, you know, so.
Way more than
I didn't really think much about it, so I went in and took my shower, you know, came back out. I'm ready to get in the bed. It's time, you know, I'm ready now, right? She ain't interested. She passed out. I guess I don't know.
I was done.
Yeah.
Bob worked it out for me. So.
Mr. Bennett, what is your primary complaint with 15 years engaged but not married. What's up with that? Is there a reason why you haven't done it? And what about this relationship don't you like?
Well, there's some things that I think that really would like to see different. She does support me
Right.
on everything that I do. Man, but when I give her these small checks, you know, it feels like that I'm giving her a BLT minus the BL and hitting her in the face with a tomato.
Right,
So,
right.
you know.
So she's not appreciative
She
of
doesn't
what
appreciate
you do.
that. Yeah, she's not appreciating the fact that I'm really trying, and you know, I really want her to know that, you know, that I believe that I can do this. I feel confident that I can do this, and all I need for her to do, just hanging there with me. That's all.
Right, yeah.
So
now
don't get mad at me when I bring her.
Now, Mr. Bennett,
the
I'm
money
gonna
I
work
found in
for
my
you
couch
one more
cushion.
time. I'm gonna work for you one more time. You know, if he blows up at the end, because a lot of actors have, Morgan Freeman, you know, all of these guys out there who have blown up late get big paid. And if he does get paid, you're gonna get half that check. Can you see it from that aspect? Don't look for the short money, but for the long money.
Excuse me, young, you say half?
I did indeed. I did indeed.
You put a ring on it, remember?
Okay, all right.
But I totally get that. And I hope he does get a big break. But right now, I'm overworked,
Right.
undersexed, and overwhelmed. And I need some help. I've worked very hard all my life.
Right.
I supported 3 kids by myself, went to school, worked 2 full-time jobs while going to school. And I need some help. I've always supported him. Even when he's been in between jobs before, I've always supported him, but he's always gotten another job. This one, he just decided, you know what?
I'm done, and I'm going to count on you.
I want to act, and I need you to be here for the long run. Well, what if that long run takes 5 years? What
Or
if
never
that long-
comes.
Exactly. So in this case, I'm just sitting here still being overworked, overwhelmed, undersexed, and
Gotcha.
you know.
Well, I'll admit I don't help out as much as I used to, mainly because, like you say, I'm trying to get my famous on. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of time to do, you know, all the things that she wants me to do, you know.
Sometimes you got to do something for the person who is allowing you to be dead stop selfish. Are you with me with that? Would you pay the bills while your partner pursued his dreams? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/divorce court. Divorce Court will be right back. Now, Mr. Bennett, now that you're home and you're working in your studio, do you do things like cook and clean and keep that together so at least she feels like she's not burdened with the entire relationship? Because a lot of times women don't respect that part of it if that piece is what you're giving. Are you giving that piece?
Well, I'll admit I don't help out as much as I used to, mainly because, like you say, I'm trying to get my famous on. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of time to do, you know, all the things that she wants me to do, you know. I used to help out a lot, though. I mean, right now, I'm too busy. I'm working mostly, I do a ride share service in the evening, and I work on my videos all night, and then I'm tired during the daytime, so, you know, I really don't have a whole lot of time to do that.
But it's okay for me to go to work from 8 to 6 every day, get home at 7, then we have to have a 30-minute conversation about what we're gonna eat that day, then I have to take it out the freezer, throw it out, cook it, clean up, and then go to bed.
So
and
you
then do it
don't
all
have
over
time
again.
to put 30 minutes into the relationship because 100% of your time is spent on you satisfying you. That's what you're telling me here.
Oh, I spent 30 minutes working on it.
You know, allowing a woman to shoulder as much burden as you can get away with is tacky and small. And I get a lot of guys coming in here talking about, well, she's got it and I've got my dreams and she needs to support my dreams, but I don't have to do anything for her in the meantime, in between time. Sometimes you got to get off a dead stop selfish and do something for the person who is allowing you to be dead stop selfish. Are you with me with that?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
Would you be okay if he cooked and cleaned, like dinner was ready for you, the house was clean when you got home? Because that'll take you an hour a day. Would you be okay with that?
Absolutely. Because you know what? I don't have to come home and take 3 hours after working for 10. I don't have to take another 3 hours to cook and clean.
Did
I
I
and
not just
relax.
broker the best deal in the world for you? Did I not just do that?
Yes,
I'm
yeah.
perfectly fine with that.
I could probably help out a little bit more, you know.
No.
say-
I don't want you to help out. I want you to be responsible for. Men always coming in here, I'm a leader, I'm strong, I'm a dude, I have my thing, this, that, and I'll help out. I'll do what I can. You know what I mean? Be strong and be forceful with it. Okay. I'll take responsibility for.
Okay, I will take responsibility.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe you. Let me tell you what I think. What would you require from your partner if you paid all the bills? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. Ms. Ford, if I were you, I would get some dinner on the way home, eat it, and watch him starve. If I were you, I would clean my own clothes and not do anything for him. If I were you, my side of the bedroom would be clean and his would be filthy. If I were you, I would stop saying, I'll support you no matter what, and say, I will not support you if you don't support me. That's what I would do.
Okay. And
No. We women get it. If I do more, if I do right, he's gonna come up right. That's not how that works.
I know.
It's, oh, she's doing all this, I can get away with that. She's doing all, what you will do, he won't do. So stop doing. I would. He didn't even come across with a ring. You know what I'm saying? If he gets sick, if he dies, if he has money, you ain't gonna get it. Because legally, you're a stranger to him. And if he's comatose and whoever he knows, his family, you know, you want to pull the plug, they can't. You living with him, but you can't make no decisions because you are a legal stranger to him. That's deep. I would make a few more ultimatums if I were you, because you're accepting less and less and less. Mr. Bennett, I don't think you're a bad guy, but I don't think you're a full man. If you can live with a woman and let her sacrifice for you and you not feel like nothing when you look at yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, I contribute nothing to her well-being. I contribute nothing to her well-being.
But I'm contributing to her future, Your Honor.
You know what? That is not a full-time job, contributing to her future. I work. I was a judge, all of that kind of stuff. You can do a full-time job and still contribute to your partner's well-being. That's foolishness. That's ridiculous. That's a tired excuse from a tired individual who doesn't want to be a right guy. A right guy has enough time to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? I took a ride. I got where I'm going, you know, but my husband contributed all the way along. You know, it was never, it's on you, baby. It was never that.
Right.
It was always whatever you need. That's why it's all good. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Be a better man, Mr. Bennett. Don't put up with anything. This matter is adjourned.
The judge today told me that I needed to put down some new ground rules, and as soon as we get home, those ground rules are gonna be, he's gonna have to get a job. He's gonna have to start helping more around the house. Even if it's a part-time job, he's gonna have to start helping, and our sex life will have to pick up.
Karen, I know the clock is ticking on this, okay? But I need for you to hang in there and stay with me and continue to believe in me, because I know, I'm confident that I'm gonna get us to where we need to be.